Hey, it's me again. Since our first session, I carefully reviewed the instruction sheet for the Salvino 76 Petty Dodge Charger, and I have several comments that hopefully will clarify things. It took me some time to figure it out. Uh, Let me show you what I mean by some of the parts. The kit includes the chrome wheels, which I don't know if they're that authentic for a NASCAR stock car. I don't recall seeing any with totally chrome wheels, at least not in the last 25 years. But then they also have on the blue plastic parts, they included wheels in the backing, and I painted them silver. So it's a decision of what you want to use. They don't tell you that there's two separate types. I personally think I'm going to use the chrome ones, but I'm going to paint the centers uh, by the next session in probably an aluminum color because, as I say, fully chrome wheels aren't that authentic. I'm into making it as authentic as possible. Um, and I built a Thunderbird, and I left the parts all chrome, and it really just didn't cut it. Okay, that's number one. Number two is the headers and such are molded in the blue color, which that's okay. You paint them. I'm going to paint them in the aluminum color, but they also included the same parts on the silver parts tree, which there's no real explanation for. Here you can probably see them here. Uh, don't know why they did that. If you use them, you may not even have to paint them. They were really nice gray metallic molded color. So that's that. I also found that some of the body parts are molded twice in chrome and blue. So anyhow, and then here are a typical parts tree that I've done, and I paint the parts on the tree now because you don't have to worry about the small parts getting lost, which is easy to do, and also um, sometimes there's a left and right. If you cut them off ahead of time, like I used to do as a little kid, starting models at about age 10 or so, then you may get confused of which one is for the right or left side, top, bottom, etc. Okay, so that's something to think about. Um, I glued on a few of the body panels already, just because I wanted to see what the fit and finish is, the front and the rear, and we'll be moving forward with that. As I say, this is an unusual one because we're not going to paint the body. I'm going to leave it in the petty blue that it was molded in, which kind of gives us a break. Um, the instructions are disappointing. I'll be honest with you. They really there's no descriptions, and it's not even clear how some of these parts fit together. The thing that's always the toughest is the roll cage. That'll be very interesting. I probably won't be getting that until the next session. But it's you got to really study it. There's no description of the parts or anything like that, and kind of gets more vague as you get towards the back of the instructions. So that's about it. I wanted to show you how the parts tree paint the parts right on the tree, and they come out pretty good. You either use the testers or Tamiya brush paint or Hobby Masters. Um, I don't agree with the suggested paint color of a few things. As I say, I do like to make the car authentic, but on the other hand, I don't want it to look too drab if you paint everything flat black or whatever. So we'll see how it comes out with some of the choices I'm going to make. I'm still working on that as far as what color to paint the tub and things like that. Um, but it should come together fairly nicely. And you can make your own choices. Again, they give you these extra parts, but this is not an AMT uh, kit where you get a 3-in-1 build it stock, um, or custom or mild hot rod. So anyhow, I hope that helps a little bit. Um, I did follow their suggestions as far as painting the engine block and uh, the driver's seat, batteries, of course, and all stuff like that. I did find it's not that easy to paint over the parts that were molded on this silver gray tree. I took 2 coats for most of it. I didn't use a primer. Maybe I should have done that. And as far as the fuel cell, I always see them as red. That's what they've always suggested in other kits. So, contrary to Petty Blue, I painted that gloss red. Okay, so the next session we'll be getting into the assembly. Hopefully it'll go together well. We'll start with the engine and interior and see what this looks like. This is not one of the harder Salvino kits. It doesn't, though it's not, the instructions aren't that great. I've built a lot tougher kits in the past, such as the Buddy Baker's Gray Ghost, the 80 Olds 442. So I hope that's helpful to you, and we'll move on to the next session. Okay? Thank you very much for listening.